Come take a journey back with us to the past, back when our company was born. A blacksmith in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, Eugene Cornwell, interpreted America's growing economy and feeling of well-being to mean a desire for quality. Eugene Cornwell started experimenting, trying to find the key to making a more durable punch and chisel, so the story goes. He stumbled upon a method of hardening them better than anyone else known, and Cornwell Quality Tools was born. On November 7, 1919, the Cornwell Quality Tools Company was incorporated in an old tanner building along the Cuyahoga River in Cuyahoga Falls, a suburb of Akron, Ohio. Cornwell employed 6, and as a testament to these early pioneers in toolmaking, many of their original tools are still in service today. Another discovery of Cornwell was most obviously discovered by his crude common sense, that of requiring a broken carriage axle of anyone desiring to purchase a punch or chisel from him. In an age when iron was king, good steel was the exception rather than the rule. Having tried a bevy of metals for his use, Cornwell found the carriage axle steel was perfectly suited for punch and chisel forming. Over 8 decades ago, Cornwell became one of the first tool craftsmen to realize that 3 main keys to quality were the steel, the forging of it, and the method of heat treatment used. In 1927, Cornwell Quality Tools needed to expand their facilities, and the Cornwell family moved their business to a site in Mogadore, Ohio. Although some of our manufacturing processes have been updated to utilize modern state-of-the-art equipment, Eugene Cornwell's desire for craftsmanship and high-quality product remain intact. It all starts with steel, the proper steel made only in the U.S. Remember Eugene Cornwell's formula for making tools? Our Albion, Pennsylvania forging plant produces parts from raw steel to finish forgings for our wrench and ratchet product families. When the steel arrives in Albion, it is tagged and color-coded. Then it's inspected for proper hardness, fractures, scaling, and so on. Let's watch a wrench being produced. A shop routing tells the craftsman what steel is to be used for the job. Steel is taken to the shearing machine feeding bed to be sheared to forging lengths. Each bar will produce 4 to 6 forgings. The bars are racked and taken to the forging shop. A skilled craftsman heats the steel bars until the temperature is orange-yellow, roughly 2,000 degrees. The hot steel is then put through a series of 4-cavity dies to produce the raw forging one at a time. Roller, blocker, finisher, trim. It happens in quality steps. One piece of steel to raw forging by one craftsman, one at a time. You have seen how the forging operation prepared the tools for finishing in Mogadore. Now let's follow a few tools through the steps. Let's watch how combination wrenches are produced. All tools are produced from orders generated by inventory control for open stock as well as sets. The production process is guided through the shop by a shop routing. This routing jacket contains the routing and drawing for the CWP 2222 11/16" combination wrench, and it's the Bible for the production of the tool. It takes an average of 24 steps to process a combination wrench. Punching. Each end of the wrench is punched. The open end of the wrench is then placed in the press facing right, then flipped over facing left. The boxed end is also punched in 2 steps. Wrench forgings are placed on the furnace shelf, heated by induction to a precisely controlled 1500 degrees, or a cherry red color. Note, the operator does not let the part get too hot. Punching a part that's too hot can lead to scaling and quality issues. Automated machine polishing. You're watching a Ryman polisher. This machine provides a consistent polish to the flats and edges of the wrench forging in preparation for hand polishing. Hand polishing. There's a need for skill in the polish department. An employee must have a good eye and hand coordination. The operator must also possess a good sense of what is cosmetically acceptable in a finished polishing operation. The operator determines the speed in which he can obtain the best results. This is why a good eye and hand coordination becomes so essential. The employee develops a rhythm while working on a particular part. Marking. Each wrench is then marked with the Cornwell name, the part number, and size. Bending. Some wrenches are bent if necessary to get the proper configuration and angle, such as found on a box end wrench. Heat treating. Cornwell uses 3 large furnaces. Wrenches are racked, heated, and dropped into quenching oil for 20 minutes. This will give a Rockwell hardness of about 56 to 58. Parts are then washed and placed in an endothermic gas-fired furnace, taken up to 1500 degrees and then tempered for 4 hours. This brings them within the proper hardness specification for strength and ductility. Wheelabrator. Wrenches are put in and blasted with steel abrasive sand to remove scale created during heat treating. The blasting operation takes 5 to 20 minutes to accomplish. Vibrators. This operation is the last before chrome plating. The parts are loaded into the bowl with ceramic stones and chemicals. The steel reacts to the chemicals and the stones polish the steel clean, causing a smooth yet high luster polish. Chrome plating. The high luster of the nickel must be protected because it's very soft, so a layer of chrome plate is applied. This makes the wrench beautiful while protecting the surface for long life. Parts are immersed for 8 to 12 minutes in the electro-nickel solution, and through electrolysis, the nickel adheres to the parts. They are then rinsed 4 times before submersion into the chrome plating solution. Because of the nickel plate, the chrome adheres to the part after sitting in the bath for 1 to 2 minutes. The parts are triple rinsed, blow-dried, and unracked. Inspection. Our company is employee-owned, empowering the employee to make immediate corrections if they notice something wrong during the inspection process. Final inspection is where the sampling of the parts completed is thoroughly inspected for flaws in cosmetics and dimension. We do not have 100% inspection because the machinists, the grind and polishers, and the platers handle each piece and can reject any part out of tolerance. Again, we want to emphasize that each employee is an inspector of their own work and can tell if the operation before was done correctly. We tell each employee, if you would not buy it, don't continue to work on it until it's inspected and/or corrected. Socket. Now let's watch a socket being produced. Again, a shop router guides the production process. This routing jacket contains routing and drawings for the T3238 1 3/16 inch chrome socket. Manufacturer's steps go bar stock, socket blank, secondary operations, and completed socket. It all starts with US-made color-coated steel from our steel room. A series of computerized CNC machining centers are the main machines used to blank out our socket families. You are watching a Hardinge CNC lathe set up with proper tooling. Bar stock is loaded, feed speeds are established on the control panel, and the machine does all the work. Machines can produce socket blanks from 7/16 to 2 3/8 inch diameter sockets. Omni or Hardinge Talent CNC machining centers are used for secondary operations, such as chamfering and nose turning. As you can see here in the samples, the inside of the machines have a stationary position for the tooling, where the steel bars are rotated against the tooling, shaping the part and cutting off the finished part. Punching. The working end of the socket is cold punched either 6-point or 12-point, and the drive end is punched to drive size. Centerless grinding. In this step, the parts pass through the grinding wheel and regulating wheel and do not have to be held. This machine is capable of grinding 12 1/1000ths of an inch off our sockets to round them out symmetrically. A normal cycle time, again depending upon the part size, is 1 to 5 seconds. It only grinds off the OD, or the outside diameter. Sockets as small as 7/16 diameter and as large as 3 1/2 inch diameter are run across this machine. One operator handles the entire product across the machine. Marking. This operator sets up the machine and imprints all of our round tools with the Cornwell name, the run code, the socket size, and part number. This operation is usually done after all machining operations are performed. The markings are imprinted before heat treatment for hardness and prior to polishing operations and chrome plating. An employee is able to mark up to 10,000 pieces per day, again depending upon the size of the run. An average run of 250 pieces may take 15 minutes to run after setting the type. Heat treat. Sockets are then heat treated and tempered. Random samples are checked for correct hardness and torque tested. Polishing. Sockets go through a polishing operation in preparation for vibrating and plating. Chrome plating. The sockets are then chrome plated. Voila! A completed socket. Ratchets. Forgings arrive at our Mogadore plant from our forging plant in Albion, Pennsylvania. Forgings are then loaded into this multitasking Mazak CNC machining center. The machine is set up to perform the first 10 or 12 steps in our famous ratchet families, and then on to finishing. After all the manufacturing steps, the tools are brought to our corporate distribution center in Wadsworth, Ohio, for shipment to our customers. In this modern facility, great care is taken to process orders. Most orders are shipped the same day.
Good morning, Cornwell. May I help you?
Order processing. It all starts with a friendly voice from our customer service department. This group of dedicated specialists is just another extension of the Cornwell family. The Cornwell management has remained responsive to the changing needs of their dealers. We are now the only mobile tool company left in America who guides their own destiny by manufacturing their own product for their one customer, the Cornwell dealer. Pride of workmanship by Cornwell's employees comes from the top down. Ever since the beginning, Cornwell has been owned and managed by family. Now, pride is felt by each employee because the employees own the company. There's no better assurance of quality and service than the personal pride of ownership. Only time will tell what new exciting ideas and changes lie in store for the years to come. However, they will surely come from us, the Cornwell family, who produces and sell the finest tools in the world. Thanks for watching our story. If you're interested in a tool career, come and join the Cornwell family. P.S. For professional use only.